Hello. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
There we go. I'm sorry.
There we go. Hi there.
Hey,
How is everything?
I'm good.
Good.
I just came out from school.
And so it was your second day, right?
No, it's my first day.
Oh.
Went just as planned. Very well.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And Joe, how are you?
I'm terrific. How are you?
Good. I'm glad to hear. I'm good. And John, how are you? Can you unmute yourself? Hi, Kelly. I see both of you.
We're here. Can you hear us?
Hello. Gotcha.
Okay.
How you doing, Kelly? Let's see. Josh and Augie and Jeff. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Jeff
Cool.
can.
Okay, so we're gonna just start, or we can wait 2 minutes, I guess. But the plan for today is, since Josh is on the line, he's gonna help a little bit with explaining parts of putting together the simulator. Because when we delivered it, I guess Josh he can speak up, but when he's ready, we didn't necessarily need to break it all down immediately. So some people are at different stages with putting them together. Is that right, Josh? Or am I speaking?
That is correct. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so the wind tunnels are currently in a halfway prepared status. They had a lot of issues initially, and that's why we didn't turn out the wind tunnels. But then it came down to it. It was time to get them out of storage. And so there are still issues with the Pittsco wind tunnels. Now, they work as a wind tunnel. They can be run. The issues are actually in the software themselves. So the manometer can be connected. The wind tunnels are operable. What most people are doing are putting a wing form inside the wind tunnel and actually using it with yarn or string on it to show the status of the airflow over top of the wing. As far as software concerns go and adaptability to the USB to serial connector, we're still working on solutions with Pittsco, the manufacturer. And Hillary, did you get a chance to call them?
I didn't call them, but I wrote a very nasty email.
Oh, well, that works.
I was borderline insulting, so I didn't actually send it yet, to be honest.
Okay, well, that works. So that's the wind tunnel status. So if you have issues with the wind tunnel, that's to be expected, but that is also, the wind tunnel is usable, just not with the software. So the software should be the only issue that the wind tunnels are having. The actual wind tunnel itself should run. You should be able to use it as much as possible. Is anybody having any other issues other than the software?
With the wind tunnel.
With the wind tunnel.
I don't have a wind tunnel yet, so.
There's only going to be certain schools with AS121 had the wind tunnel.
Okay.
There was only a certain number. So this is only for folks that have a wind tunnel currently.
Okay, and I'm going to mute we can hear a little better, but then Josh is going to unmute himself, and if you have a question, then just unmute yourself, okay?
How do you unmute yourself?
Bottom left-hand corner is how I have it, but I don't know if that's because I'm hosting it. You have to scroll over the bottom a little bit, and then a screen or a menu should pop up.
Hey, Hillary, this is Jeff. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, listen, I remember that 2 wind tunnel issue? I've got one available.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to mute everyone.
So how's everything operating?
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the simulator issues. Did anybody have any wind tunnel issues that they want to talk about?
No.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to the simulator. Most of you have received a simulator in some form, shape, or fashion. The simulators that were sent out, there's two different models of stands. We're going to talk about the initial Hillary muted me. Unbelievable. All right.
Yeah, I got you, Josh.
Yeah. What's up, Raymond?
Nothing. How are you?
Great. All right. So the wind tunnels, that's a separate issue. We're going to skip that, and we're going to move into the simulators. A lot of you have received the simulators, and I'm making trips to some of your schools to help put them together. What I really want to do is a quick and dirty of what the what the simulator is going to look like when it's done. A lot of you have put them together. You've seen the sims here on campus, so you've been able to replicate. The biggest issue I'm hearing back, initially we had sent all the simulator parts out. I was going to come out and put them together, but a lot of you have already jumped on it and started putting them together, which is great. That's perfect. But some of them are being put together a little bit wrong. So we'll talk about the issues with that. When you get the stand put together, you want to put the stand, they all come with a table. You want to put that table all the way to the bottom of the stand, and you want to put the computer on top of that table.
Hey, can I stop you for 1 second? I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I thought we were talking about the flight gear simulator. Obviously, you're talking about something different. Does this maybe not pertain to me?
That's a good possibility. Let me check with Hillary. Hillary, did you have everybody on here for flight gear? You're muted, by the way.
You're muted.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure what we were talking.
No, that's good. Good question.
Yeah, at the end, so what we're calling the simulators right now is the computer, the TV monitor, and the computer monitor. That's what we're calling simulator. Flight gear is the one where it probably just uses a joystick, not the whole computer. Does that make sense?
So we're not talking about flight gear right now?
Correct.
Okay, so should I probably exit or?
You can shoot me an email if you have a question specifically related to flight gear, and I can probably answer it.
Okay, I will do that. I'm not sure like what options to choose and how to set it up and everything. So, but
Okay.
I will tell you.
Yeah, I can help you with that.
Unless at the end, if we have time of the full hour, maybe we can bring that up.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so if everybody else is on here, if you have the simulator with the computer stand, the TV, the monitor, that's what we're talking about right now. So if you don't have one of those, this may not pertain to you. You may not be interested. Okay. So the computer stand itself, once you get the table.
Excuse me, Josh.
Yes.
This is Martin. Is that something we'll be getting? I mean, I have no flight simulator now at all, and I'm not sure what to expect in the future.
Okay, yeah, no, you're only gonna, if you've received it, then you've got it. If you don't, then you're not getting one. This was something we tried out this year for simulation for some of the academies, teaching AS 121.
Okay,
So if
for
you don't
AS,
have one, don't expect one.
for AS 120.
AS 121.
Okay. So what should I be using for flight simulator for AS 120?
You're using flight gear.
Okay, flight gear. Okay, that's something I'm having problems with. Okay.
So if you have an issue with flight gear, what we can do is actually set up another one of these sessions, and we'll talk about flight gear specifically. Is that good, Hillary? Good to go? Okay. And then we'll talk about flight gear specifically and any questions relating to flight gear.
Right, okay. So when do you think that'll be?
We can set it up for tomorrow.
Okay, sure. Anytime.
Okay. All right. So once a computer stand, the table's on the bottom, you're going to put the computer on top of the table. One thing you guys are probably missing is zip ties. And if you're missing zip ties, shoot me an email. By the end of this, hopefully you have a list of any parts, components that you might be missing that I can mail out to you so you have them. So, do what you can to put a list together. So there's big zip ties. They go around the computer, and they actually pull the computer to the stand. And this is only a support device so that it won't fall off the stand. The next piece is once the computer is set on the computer stand, you're going to go ahead and put the monitor, the computer monitor on top of the computer. Okay, it's going to sit directly on top of the computer, and then you're going to also zip tie that to the base of the stand, and that's the pole that everything's connected to. Once the monitor is strapped to the stand, then you're going to put the TV mount on top of the TV monitor, and then the TV is going to mount to that stand. So you're going to have the TV at the top, the monitor in the middle, and the computer on the bottom. Once you have all these items, then you can hook the cords up and run them through the center of the stand. That's going to go all the way down to the bottom, and we'll plug a surge protector in at the bottom. It's important to put the surge protector in so the components don't get spiked. I see a bunch of you are on here that I don't think you received the simulator stand, so I'm not sure how useful this is going to be to you. And I think we've got a couple of people that joined. So if you don't have the simulator stands with the computer stands, the computer, the monitor, and the TV, this won't apply to you. If you're AS120 and you're using flight gear, we're going to have a separate conversation about using flight gear in another session. We'll probably do it tomorrow or the next day to talk about flight gear specifically. So if you don't have a computer-based simulator with the yoke and rudder system, then this isn't going to pertain to you. So
Hey, Josh.
Yes.
Hey, this is Jeff here. On that computer stand with the computer on the table at the bottom and the monitor on top of it all zip tied, email you for zip ties. Do we email you for surge protectors also?
Correct. Yep. I've got surge protectors for you, zip ties, HDMI cables,
Okay.
hooks for your real flight controller that'll hook onto the stand itself.
Okay.
Yeah, so just email me if you don't have those things, and I'll get them sent out to you.
All right. Thanks.
All right, so once all that's connected, you're going to roll that cart up to a table. The table is going to actually, the yoke and rudder system, which some of you don't have a yoke and rudder system. You should have the rudders, but maybe not the yoke. And if you don't have the yoke, shoot me an email, and we'll get that out to you. The yoke is going to sit on the table, okay, in front of the computer and the TV. And then the rudders are going to sit underneath the table. Okay, and so to connect the precision flight controls, this gets a little trickier because you got to actually put the drivers. Once you install the drivers, you have to put the driver in the folder for X-Plane 10, and it's in the directory. So you've got to go into the program files 86, it's a 64-bit. You're going to go in there, you're going to find X-Plane 10, and then there's a directory. I think it's in the bin folder, but you're actually going to put the drivers into that folder so that X-Plane recognizes the rudder and the yoke system that's connected. So that way, when you turn the yoke, it recognizes that you're using a yoke. That's really important because otherwise precision flight controls will not work.
Okay, now is that in the, sorry, Josh, that's in the upload discs that you get with the X-Plane 10? Or?
Nope, it's not. You actually have to go to the website for precision flight controls. I think it's,
Okay.
Hillary, do you have that address?
It's Precision Flight Control, so PC.com. How about, do you want to walk me through it and I'll share my screen, or I can share your screen?
Yeah, actually, I can share, let me,
So it's just precision flight controls.
yeah, it's precision flight controls, and it's actually got a directions on how to do it. It shows it for X-Plane 9, okay, but it's actually for, it works for X-Plane 10 as well. It's the same directory setup and everything.
Is it?
No, that's not the website, Hillary.
That isn't.
It's precision flight controls. But when you go to the actual, you got to pick the controller, which yours is a Cirrus 2. And that controller, there you go. Fly PSC.
Fly, there you go.
Oh, they got this.
The drivers themselves identifies each of the buttons on your yoke system as the buttons in X-Plane 10. It basically correlates them, and that's why that driver is really important. But that's why it references the file inside of the directory. So once you get it in there, those controls will work just fine. The other thing is Real Flight 7.5. That's for the UAS sim. You shouldn't have a problem connecting and getting that running. If you do, let me know. But that's pretty straightforward. The only
Josh, I was trying to get both those screens to work with Real Flight, and I still can't get the bottom one to put anything on there.
So Real Flight, you've got to actually expand the window. You can't break the windows out. They're all contained within the same window. So you can either just use the TV, or you can expand that window so that it covers both screens, and then you put the visual, forward-looking camera in the bottom screen, and then once that aircraft climbs above that screen, you'll be able to see it. That's probably the easiest and quickest way to do it.
Okay, I'll try it.
Yeah, I think this is somewhere around here. So this is, can you hear me, Jeff?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, cool. So this is, by the way, the display. I went sidetracked. I didn't do the precision flight because, to be honest, we got to walk through that together, Josh. But this is the appearance of your display. And so you would have 2 screens as an option once you put your TV in. And then you actually click and drag. Do you see what I'm saying?
Professor Stevens, we're seeing a screen that shows search results for C2 Professional with a list of stuff.
I see the same.
Okay, so you're not seeing my computer. That could work.
I'm seeing a large radar dish.
All right. That could be why I'm not sharing my screen and I'm talking to myself. Good.
What we can do is send out directions. Precision Flight Controls actually post directions on how to do this step by step. So we'll just do it that way. We'll send it out to everybody. It'll be pretty straightforward. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to add for those sims. It's the simulator, putting it together is pretty straightforward. Yeah, you can see your screen.
Oh, yay.
There we go.
Are there any specific questions to putting those sims together that I haven't covered? Everybody figured out how to separate the screens. It's going to be duplicate screens. You're plugging them into the back of the computer. The graphics card will split that signal. I've got HDMI cables for you. If you don't have them, just shoot me an email so I can get them mailed out to you.
Tell me you can see this now.
Yes.
Yep.
Fine. Okay, thank you. And then display settings, and you'll have something like this, but you'll have your 2 screens. This is what I was talking about. And then just click and drag this part.
Yep. And you're going to put the TV over top of the computer monitor. So they're going to be stacked on top of each other. Does anybody have any specific questions? I think past there, it's pretty straightforward putting it together. I don't think the software, there hasn't been any issues with the software. I will have real eMotion. eMotion is the UAV software, and Post-Flight Terra. I'll have both of those, and what I'll do is post them. I'll either post them or email them to you each individually with the simulator, because you'll need to install those, and that will help you install the eMotion software for the UAV course, and then also the Post-Flight Terrace for processing imagery. So I'll either post those on Canvas or email them out to you separately, but that stuff, those softwares are ready to go.
Josh, we don't have that software. Of course, we're not teaching that course until the spring, but we don't have that software.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to email that out. You guys don't have it yet. We may wait till the end of fall for you to get that and install it. That way, the students are able to use the Precision Flight Controls. We'll get that working first before we install all the rest of the software.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Yes.
Hey, go ahead.
We have this flight simulator.
Okay, with the SATEC? Yeah, it looks like
all
SATEC.
kinds of driver issues with it. only half the stuff works at a time. Either the instruments work and the radios don't, or vice versa.
Yeah, I talked to your CTE director down there. They're in communication with me to try to fix it. I may be taking a trip down there next week, but we'll have to iron that out on a case by case basis. So I'll be down there to help fix it.
Okay, thanks.
Jeff, was that you that was speaking earlier?
Yeah, I wanted to mention the safety course thing. I've got 19 kids that are probably going to do that safety certification thing. We're going to do that the last 2 weeks of this semester because I'm teaching 220 this semester. What happens if a kid signs up for it? You send the book out and all that kind of stuff, and then he drops out. Is that going to be an issue?
It is an issue, and that's why we're going to wait till the end of the semester because each of those books, they cost a fortune.
Yeah.
So we're going to wait until the end of the semester, and then when you guys are ready to do that portion of the course, I'll send it out, the week before,
Okay.
so you guys have it. But just so we have, because I have to have an accurate list of names to provide the company.
So the people that took 220 last semester, spring of this year, just wait until the end, then send their names with those. They can all do it together.
Yeah, you might as well do it all together, and then that way they can also, if you have them, they can sit through that course with them because they're going to need a refresher.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
If that's how you want to do it. If you want to do it now, like sooner than later, just get me the list of names and we'll get your workbooks now.
Well, I know some of the kids are, I got a couple ones that like to get ahead and do that kind of stuff during the semester instead of waiting until the end, the kind of genius type kids, But
The other thing, Jeff, is make sure your CTE director is, in order for you guys to get industry certification for those certs, you need to make sure that the CTE director is actually listing that industry certification as part of that student's high school course code. Otherwise, there won't be any certification funding for those.
Okay.
So that's really important for you guys to do now at the beginning of the semester because they actually have to identify which students are taking that cert, and then they have to actually what do they call that? They need to attach it to the course code for the student.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yep. Any other questions?
Do you want to walk me through the downloading of the driver? Because I personally need it.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Let me.
Okay. Well, I'm here on Precision Flight Controls if you want to walk me through it. Can you see my screen?
Let me just do it from my screen. I'll share my screen because it'll just be easier than trying to walk you through it. Not that, you wouldn't be able to do it, but just because. Okay, hold on. So if you stop sharing, it'll let me share mine.
Okay, stop sharing. Got it.
Okay, everybody got this?
There you go.
Goes Google. So fly PFC, and we're looking for drivers. We'll look it up.
Yeah, it was super easy. Ha!
Give me a second. Okay, it's technical support, so customer service, technical support, free technical support library. Okay, and then once we're in the technical support library, we're going to go to drivers. And we want this one, the USB Series 2 C2 Pro avionics driver for X-Plane 9. It's the same for X-Plane 10, same driver directory, but we're downloading this one. So once we download it, you're going to see it's providing the drivers here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is in the avionics here, we're going to go to Setup Guide for USB avionics and X-Plane 9. Since we've got USB, not serial, you want to make sure you choose the USB. And I'll walk you through how we do this real quick. The directions are pretty straightforward. Once you install the drivers, okay, it's going to ask which folder to put it in. You want to pick the destination. Instead of X-Plane 9, you're putting it in X-Plane 10. Same file directory. So you're going to go into resources and plugins, but it's going to be for X-Plane 10. So just keep that in mind. Once you've selected it, you're going to install the drivers in that location, and then you're going to complete it. Again, once you go into X-Plane, you have these same options, okay? You have these same controller options. So you need to select which buttons are identified. Now, when I did this initially with the Precision Flight Controller, once I put the drivers in the folder, it worked just fine. There was no issues with it. You may have to come in and manually set it up in X-Plane. The reality is you probably won't because of the USB drivers install. It typically will recognize the controllers that you have. Any questions on how to get to this?
So just basically, can I download this on a USB and then upload it in the SIM? Because the computers that I have at Keystone, I don't have Wi-Fi access on.
Oh, there is no Wi-Fi. Yeah, just all you need to do is just put this driver that downloaded onto a USB and then install it. Same process. You'll just install it from the USB on those computers.
Okay, and just put it in the X-Plane 10 folder.
Yeah, so same process for where you save it to, but you're going to actually drag and drop this onto a USB and then load it, double click on it once it's on the other computer, and it'll bring up these same menus.
Okay. Okay.
So are you verifying that you just replaced the 9 with the 10?
Okay, so you actually have to go in and pick the folder. So what you're going to do is when you hit browse, okay, it's going to bring up your folder directory. You're going to want to go to C drive, which is your computer main hard drive. You're going to go to C drive, program folders. X-Plane installs in program files 86. Okay, and once you're in there, you're going to go to X-Plane. You're going to go to resources, and then X-Plane 10, you're going to go to resources, and then plugins. Same folder, same file directory. It's just X-Plane 10 instead of X-Plane 9. You won't see X-Plane 9 because you don't have X-Plane 9 installed.
Yeah, I tried to do that today, and I just couldn't find the right file. I kept going resources, plugins, plugins, resources, and I had like 7 files in personally, and it was a mess.
All right, I don't have it installed on here, so I can't actually look at it to show you. But we can go through it, and if we find something different, we'll shoot out an email.
Okay.
Okay. That works.
All right, any other questions?
No. If I get jammed, do you mind if we call?
No, that's fine. Give me a call. And if you guys need my number, it's 386-226-6864.
Say that one more time, Josh. 386-226.
6864.
Thanks. Hey, listen, with that, I didn't even look to see if X-Plane was on that big computer already.
It's not.
Okay.
I did send 2
Yeah, I got them.
Yeah, you got them? Okay.
Yeah, okay. And then if we take that thing and, well, that's okay. Never mind.
Okay.
The yoke and rudder pedal that I have that I use with the Flight Sim Max, they'll automatically hook up to that, okay? Or the yoke at least will hook up to X-Plane, okay?
Are you using Precision Flight Controls?
No.
What are you using?
I've got those. No, I've got those CH products.
You may have to download a driver, but yeah, they'll work. X-Plane 10 will connect. See, the nice thing about X-Plane 10 is it's really flexible. It actually gives you the ability to network to other systems. You can network in different control state. I mean, it's got tons of flexibility. It's just a little quirky at first trying to figure out how to get the drivers to work correctly, depending upon the. So I do have yoke columns for you for those sims. I don't know if we delivered them.
No, I don't have precision yokes, no.
Okay, so just let me know how many you need so we can get them out to you.
Well, I've got 2 of those simulators, so I guess
well,
2.
Okay, so I should be able to remember that.
Okay, thanks. That's all I got.
Anybody else have anything?
Yes.
Okay.
For those of us that have the SATEC shells, the computers that came with those don't have flight sim software either. Is Embry-Riddle providing that or no?
I'm sorry, I don't understand. I think actually, John, your materials came from, they ordered them through your district. Those actually weren't from us. So that's why the materials don't line up exactly.
Okay.
So what are you looking for?
I installed FSX on the SafeTech shell, but apparently the multi-monitor display is not compatible with FSX. So I don't have X-Plane 10 or anything else.
Huh. Okay.
Because I was reading on the forums, I heard really good things about it, and I thought it was really compatible, but maybe not.
Yeah, John, that really surprises me. There's got to be a way to work that out. Now, X-Plane 10, I will tell you, it won't break out into different windows and give you like controls and outside view. It's all in one window, but it gives you the ability to connect multiple monitors. You just have to expand the window across multiple monitors.
That's for X-Plane you're talking about, right?
I'm talking for either program, X-Plane 10, I think even Flight Sim 10, Microsoft Flight Sim 10, either one, you probably won't be able to break out the monitors, but it'll display the multiple monitors because the computer allows that signal to be split, but you probably will not be able to pull out different windows. It's all going to be one window that you expand onto both monitors.
Yeah, we tried doing that, and we looked up online and said you had to download some other third-party software. Why did you have to buy it?
After this call, just hang on and we'll chat about it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, if there's no other questions, we can talk about flight gear. If that's, I think some of you might be hanging on for flight gear. Does anybody have any other questions about anything simulation related? That includes flight gear, the new sims that you got. We can talk about wind tunnel. Are there any other concerns that any of you have?
Hey, Hillary, Jeff again. Just my big 80-mile-an-hour wind tunnel works fine. The Pisco one, like Josh says, has that software issue too. I don't know if I need two, but you know, like I said, if somebody needs one, let me know.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. Anything else?
I'm not thinking. Everything else that I have with emails has to do with the flight gear.
Okay. It doesn't, I mean, if nobody has anything specific for flight gear, we'll cover it in another session.
Okay.
I'm done. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thanks. All right, that's all we got. So take it easy. John, if you stick around, I'll try to work through some of your issues there. But thank you guys, and let me know if you need anything.
Yeah, thanks.
So long.
Bye.
Thanks, Josh.
Yep, see ya.
See ya.
Hillary, your PM.
The comment or message?
Yeah, I sent you a message.
Let me find it.
All right, John. So walk me through what you've done with your Sims. Are you able to display the picture on two different monitors?
No, here's what I get.
What kind of computer are you guys running?
This is a Dell Precision 7810.
What kind of graphics card?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
It's holding off the monitor. No.
I gave them the graphics card that they needed to order for that.
Hey, Josh. Josh,
Yeah?
I'm a computer guy. The graphics card, all three monitors are plugged in. When we're not in the software, all three monitors work fine. As soon as you load it, and we went online, and they're saying that you got to do wide view, but you have to buy it. You can't stretch it. Otherwise, it just takes it out of proportion. It becomes distorted.
That is so strange because every simulation, Microsoft, like X-Plane 10, you just expand it. Real flight. Hey, have you tried that? Putting real flight on there and then expanding real flight window across the windows?
No. Real Flight 7.5, the simulator software?
Yeah.
We didn't try that. We have
Try expanding Real Flight 7.5 across the monitors. If that works, and Microsoft FSX isn't working, then that is probably the problem. It must be software specific. Because I mean, I haven't had any issues with Microsoft X-Plane, I should say, with X-Plane or RealFlight.
You did it?
Yeah.
Works on that one.
All right, you did it with real fight.
That's pretty cool. I'll play on the 3 screens.
Yeah, but see, the problem is that the other one, yeah, it won't. I've tried everything I can think of, and they say wide view is the only way to get 3 monitors.
So here's one more thing to try is download X-Plane 10 demo and try running the demo.
Okay.
Okay.
And then expand that demo across 3 screens. And if it works with that, you may just need to get a different software. I think the Microsoft FSX, I think, is $70. X-Plane is 75.
Right. Well, he's got all the licenses for
FSX.
FSX, but
It may be worth sending it back, to be honest. I mean, because if it's not going to work with your expanded screens, it's not really worth keeping.
no.
Too late now. We got it last year.
Yeah.
We usually put all the desktops in here.
Let me see if I can show him.
Yeah, I mean, so why don't you guys download X-Plane 10 demo, let me know if it works, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. There's the 3 screens. Oh,
Which
see,
pro-
now,
which pro-
it just kicked out of them.
That's FSX.
Yeah. No, it's. I don't know.
All right, we'll try the X-Plane thing, see what happens.
Yeah, try the X-Plane, expand it, and then if it works, let me know. And, we'll work with Terry or ourselves and try to figure out if we can get copies of X-Plane for there.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Cool. Anything else?
No, thank you.
All right. Take it easy.
You too, thanks. Stay safe.
Bye. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you.
I'll try. Bye.